Hello class 7th, myself Leena Devaya, your science teacher. Today let us begin a new lesson, that is nutrition in animals. This lesson includes the process of digestion in case of human beings and in case of grass eating animals. In your previous chapter, that is nutrition in plants, you have studied about photosynthesis. It is the process of preparation of food in case of plants. You all know that animals get their food from plants, either directly by eating plants or indirectly by eating animals that eat the plants. Some animals eat both plants and animals. So, organisms including humans require food for their growth, repair and functioning of the body. Without food, living organisms cannot survive. Food is the basic necessity of life. Animal nutrition includes nutritional requirement, mode of intake of food and its utilization in the body. Let us study in detail about the digestion process. What do you mean by digestion? The breakdown of complex food substances into simpler substances is called as digestion. There are different ways of taking food by the animals. You might have seen the bees and hummingbirds. They suck the nectar from the plants. You have seen the infants of humans or the babies. They feed on mother's milk. Snake like the python swallow the animals. Isn't it? So different animals have different ways of taking the food. Let us study the process of digestion in humans. You all know that we take different varieties of food. The food passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity. Can you see the diagram? This is our digestive system where it has buccal cavity which includes the mouth, or it has teeth, tongue and salivary glands. The buccal cavity extends into the esophagus and you can see the liver, gallbladder and the esophagus empties into the stomach. The stomach thereby continues into the small intestine. Thereby the small intestine continues with the large intestine. And the other parts of the large intestine are rectum and anus. So coming to the digestion in humans, we have different organs for the process of digestion. So each organ has specific function to do. So this system, or from the buccal cavity to the anus, is known as the digestive system or the digestive tract. Let us study about the mouth. The process of taking food into the body or the mouth is called as ingestion. What is ingestion? It is the process of taking the food inside. Eating the food is known as ingestion. In case of mouth, we have different teeth inside the buccal cavity. This is the diagram of a jaw. One jaw, either upper or lower jaw. So here you can see varieties of teeth and each teeth is different and it does different function also. There are 4 types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars and molars. At the same time, each tooth is rooted in a separate socket in the gums. Our teeth varies in appearance and perform different function. Which are the functions? It may be cutting and biting, or it may be piercing and tearing the food. It may be chewing and grinding the food. So each teeth has different function to do. One more thing we must know that in the lifespan of human beings there are two sets of teeth. The first set of teeth grows during infancy and they fall off at the age between 6 to 8 years. This set of teeth is known as milk teeth. Again, after the milk teeth falls down, the second set that replaces them are the permanent teeth. The permanent teeth last throughout the lifespan or falls off during old age, or it may fall off due to some dental disease, isn't it? So you all have seen in the mirror, you have seen different types of teeth in your mouth. Each teeth has different function to do. You must know that many useful bacteria are present inside our mouth, but they are not harmful. If we do not clean our teeth and mouth after eating, then many harmful bacteria begin to live and grow in it. The bacteria will break down the sugars present from the leftover food and release acids. These acids gradually damage our teeth. This is called as tooth decay. The tooth will completely spoil. If it is not treated in time, if we do not go to the dentist, then we will suffer from toothache and sometimes we may have to lose our teeth also. Chocolates, sweets, soft drinks and other sugar products are the major culprits of tooth decay. Always what we have to do? We must clean the teeth with a brush and we have to rinse our mouth after every meal. We have to brush at least 2 times a day. At the same time, we must not put dirty fingers or any unwashed object into our mouth so that we can keep our mouth free from bacteria, that is harmful bacteria. We have to prevent the tooth from decaying. Sometimes when you laugh or when you talk, when you have your food, what may happen? You may cough suddenly, or you may get hiccups or a choking sensation. This happens when food particles enter the windpipe. Instead of entering the esophagus or the food pipe, when you talk, the food particles may enter the windpipe. So, a situation occurs where you cough or you get a hiccup. Because you must know that the windpipe carries air from the nostrils to the lungs. It runs adjacent to the food pipe. It is near to the food pipe. Inside the throat, air and food share a common passage. Both the pipes, that is food pipe and windpipe, are together. So if the food is not prevented from entering the windpipe, then you will suffer from hiccups or a situation where you have to cough properly, isn't it? You will have that pain also in the chest region. How come the food enters only the food pipe? That is because of a flap-like valve which is present at the passage of the windpipe. It guides the food to enter into the food pipe. So by chance while speaking, when you giggle when you have the food particles enter the windpipe. We feel choked or we get hiccups or cough. I have already explained that the salivary glands are present in the buccal cavity. The salivary glands secretes saliva, the juice which is secreted inside the mouth cavity, that is saliva. The saliva breaks down the starch present in the food into sugars. Next we have to study about the tongue. The tongue is a fleshly muscular organ which is attached at the back to the floor of the buccal cavity. Of course, at the front it is free and we can move our tongue in all directions. We use our tongue for talking. At the same time, it helps in mixing the saliva with the food during chewing and helps in swallowing of the food. We also taste our food with our tongue. So only we need different varieties of tasty food, isn't it, children? We don't eat the food. If it is tasteless, we don't even touch the food. We children do the same thing, isn't it? Whenever your mother prepares something yummy, you will soon finish it. Whereas if the food is not tastier, then you will be very late to have that food. Of course, the tongue has taste buds that helps in tasting the food. It may be different taste buds like sweet, sour, bitter, and so on. Coming to the food pipe or esophagus. The swallowed food passes into the food pipe or esophagus. The food pipe runs along the neck to the chest cavity and enters the stomach. Can you see the food particles entering into the stomach? It is actually by the contraction and relaxation of this esophagus or the walls of the esophagus, food can just move down and enter the stomach. So we can say that the esophagus is very flexible. Due to the movement of the walls, the food moves down. Let us study about the stomach. The stomach is a thick walled bag-like structure. It is almost like the alphabet J. It is the widest part of the alimentary canal. It receives food from the food pipe at one end and opens into the small intestine at the other end. The inner lining of the stomach secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive juices. Because of the secretion of mucus, it protects the inner lining of the stomach. You must understand that the stomach secretes hydrochloric acid and digestive juices also. So the mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach. The acid kills many bacteria that enter along with the food and makes the medium in the stomach acidic and helps the digestive juices to act. So here in the stomach, the digestive juices breaks down the proteins into simpler substances. Now in case of stomach, digestive juices are there, mucus secretion is also there and hydrochloric acid is also there. It acts upon proteins and converts it into simpler substances.